All right, the Heisman favorite John Mateer got hurt, and he'll be out for some time. Pick a guy right now that you think will emerge as the man to beat for the Heisman Trophy.
Okay, I'm going with a dual-threat quarterback who plays for an offensive guru on a team that's ranked in the top 5 in the country. Grand Rapids' own Trinidad Chambliss of Ole Miss. He will continue to wow. Ole Miss needs to win at Georgia and Oklahoma to give him a chance. He's got to play well in those marquee games. But I see a future where the transfer from Ferris State, his name catches fire.
Well, this is going to go like chalk, I think, but I don't really care. It's the guy's the quarterback, another local guy, number 2 team in the country. It's Dante Moore playing quarterback for Oregon. He's done an amazing job so far this season. They've got an easy schedule kind of the rest of the way, although they do play Indiana October 11th. But their schedule is pretty light the rest of the way after that. So he's going to put up some really great stats, and he's already got really great stats this year. By the end of the season, it's going to be eye-popping. His touchdown to interception rate is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I said a few weeks ago I was kicking myself for not taking Dante Moore to the window for a Heisman Trophy. So I took a longer shot, but I agree, Gator. It's Dante Moore, quarterback, Oregon. He's got 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. That'd be amazing, 1,200 touchdowns, and only 1 pick. So the stats are there already, and they're just going to get better and better. I like Oregon's quarterback, Dante Moore. And Oregon, they know how to just stat pad their quarterbacks, and he's the next one. Schools are already firing coaches. Who will be a big name that leaves his current situation for greener pastures?
I think it's going to be the guy you Google, Curt Cignetti at Indiana. I think what he's done in his first 2 seasons there has been nothing short of astonishing. Taking that team to the playoff last year, possibility they could absolutely be in a playoff this year. They're undefeated at 5-0. They demolished the only ranked opponent they played this year so far, and that was Illinois. They struggled last week on the road, but as Doug will attest, it's not easy to win over at Iowa. They've got a couple of tough games to go here in the season, including October 11th at Oregon, which will be tough. But Cignetti has already accomplished a lot on this resume. He's got that cocky attitude that they love, and I think he's going to take it down to the SEC. He's going to get one of those gigs, whether it's Florida or somewhere else. I think he ends up in the SEC.
The big name that leaves his situation for greener pastures is Mike McDaniel from the Miami Dolphins. He will go to college.
Wow.
And kill it in college.
Huh.
Things are getting uncomfortable down there, even though they just got their first win. And, I mean, leave his own situation or forced out, whatever. Mike McDaniel, and the college I think he'll go to is Florida.
Interesting.
It's going to be Bill Belichick for a younger girlfriend. No, I'm kidding. He may not be a big name everywhere, but he's a big name here, and that's Ferris State's Tony Annese. 2021 champion, 2022 champion, 2024 champion. I know these are D2 championships, but they're championships. The only issue is he is 63 years old, so the time is now. If you want to go get that other job, just give it a shot. Kind of like John Beilein did when he left Michigan. This is my one shot at the pros. Maybe I do it now. And someone's got to want him, of course.
You know what helps him? I mean, his resume is fantastic, but he is older. But what helps him is the transfer of Chambliss to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Now the world gets to know what the hell is Ferris State. And maybe this guy does get a look.
There you go. All right, Texas, Alabama, Penn State, and Georgia, they're all 3-1. Which team is the best of this group, and which team is the worst?
Well, eliminate Georgia right away is the best because you can't say they're the best when they just lost to Alabama. And I think we probably buried Alabama too early. I think Alabama is good, okay? Let me say that. The problem is, are they Alabama good? I don't know that they're Alabama good. But I actually think they're the best of this group with the most impressive win. The next team that has the most impressive win is actually Georgia winning at Tennessee. So it comes down to Texas or Penn State as the worst of these 3-1 teams. And I'm going with Texas as the worst because I think overhyped Drew Aller is better than overhyped Arch Manning.
Interesting. I agree. I think Alabama is the best. I think they're playing the best right now. They had that early hiccup in the season, against Florida State, but since then, they're getting better, and I think it's just, getting used to their new head coach. The new head coach in his second year, anyway, he's got his players. It's taken a while for them to get acclimated. Now he's got his system in there. They're doing well with Ty Simpson. The quarterback has done pretty well. They're getting things going. I like Alabama. The other teams, I'm going to say that Penn State's the worst because I think they're the worst coach team out of the rest of those teams. It's an easy way to take a shot at James Franklin. But in reality, it comes down to, is it Arch Manning or is it James Franklin? Arch Manning can get better. I don't think James Franklin can.
Yeah, I don't like James Franklin much either, guys. But I got Penn State as the best team out of this four. They just had a tough loss against Oregon. It's basically because I don't believe Alabama is Alabama good. Like, this isn't, if Nick Saban was the head coach, for sure. I don't think Kalen DeBoer is the guy for Alabama to continue with the title runs that they had. I think they'll always be kind of in the mix, but never to that top tier like they were with Saban. As far as the worst, I got Texas and Arch Manning. I was a big believer in Arch Manning, but I don't know if he's just necessarily ready yet. And maybe he needs a little more seasoning than we realize. And just to be anointed right away was probably the irresponsible thing to do. But hey, we're responsible. It's Sports Talk Radio, right? All right, Vanderbilt. They beat Bama last year for the first time since 1984. How shocking would it be if they did it again this year, and this time in Tuscaloosa?
It would be shocking. And the shocking part is it would be 2 years in a row. They have a much better team, a team that's getting respect right now, but they're still Vanderbilt. I'm sorry. They've got 5 more games against ranked teams. I'm not sure they're going to win any of those games. They might win one. I think Missouri is one of those. But Vanderbilt is still Vanderbilt when it comes down to it. The game is at Tuscaloosa, so I don't expect them to win it. So it would be a major shock to me if they were to knock off Alabama for the second year in a row.
Not shocking at all. This is not Vanderbilt. They've already gone on the road and beaten a ranked team, and they pounded South Carolina on the road. They've got El Serpiente, Diego Pavia at quarterback, the Kenny Stabler of the modern era, and he's top 5 in the SEC in passing, top 12 in rushing. He's a dual threat guy. They have an NFL tight end in Eli Stowers. They've got an edge rusher that's among the nation's leaders in sacks, and they've got an offensive line that's getting the job done. To be clear, I think Alabama wins a close game, but I would not be shocked if Vanderbilt wins it.
Doug, I wouldn't be shocked either. I mean, there'd be somewhat shocking, very little shocking, because not as shocking as last year was, though. I already told you guys I'm not fully sold on Alabama and Kalen DeBoer. And this year's Vanderbilt team is much better than they were last year, Doug. I agree. So not as shocked as I was last year. But I guess the shocking part, like you said, Gator, might be the fact that it's back-to-back. But we've looked at this year on its own. I don't think Vanderbilt's not. They're tough, man. All right, give me a random player or team that has gone from not on your radar to now they're on your radar.
The team is Maryland, and it's because of their quarterback, Malik Washington, the freshman, 6'5", 231 pounds. He ranks in the nation's top 25 in passing yards and touchdowns. They played 4 games, so it's not a lot. I think Maryland, as a 6.5-point dog, early lean, I like Maryland to win that game outright this Saturday. Malik Washington leads them to a win over Washington.
For me, it's a player. It's Fernando Mendoza, who is no longer under the radar after what he's done this year at Indiana. We go back and the name, like, was there something about that name? I remember talking with Jared Goff last year about Cal and Cal's success, and the reason was because Fernando Mendoza was a quarterback then at Cal. But I didn't remember that until I start paying attention to Indiana after like week 3 this year, and they're like, wait a minute, who's the quarterback at Mendoza? He wasn't there last year. He's at Cal. This guy has been incredible. He's got 16 touchdown passes to just 1 interception this year. He had 16 touchdown passes all last year with Cal, and he's got, 7 games to go? Fernando Mendoza is, and he's got great size. I saw his name, I think, a week ago. I looked at a mock draft, and he was the number 1 quarterback to go in the NFL draft this upcoming year. Mendoza's the guy who's just kind of come out of nowhere for me.
I got a player or two as well, Gator, and it is because of his name as well that rung a bell, and I started looking more into it. The name of Jake Slaughter. That's right, Jake Slaughter.
Great name.
Yeah, great name. He's the center for Florida, okay? So I started looking. I was doing some pre-drafts up a little early, I get it, but I was looking for a center for the Lions. Jake Slaughter caught my eye. He's actually one of the better centers in the college football. Florida sucks, okay, but he doesn't. He's 6'4", 300-plus pounds. I think he's a guy to keep an eye on right now as far as a draft prospect for Brad Holmes and the Lions. He went from, I didn't know who he was, to I started doing research, and Gator, what about Sergeant Slaughter anchoring this offensive line?
I'm all for it, maggots. Let's go.
Great call. And there it is, the college football blitz thingy. We do it every Wednesday here on Karsch and Anderson on 97.1